So this is base or the upper surface. The structures attached to it are one nerve, two nerve and one vessels, artery and vein. The superficial temporal artery and vein, auriculotemporal nerve and temporal branch of facial nerve. These three. And here from the anterior border, the structures will be zygomatic branch of facial nerve, this one, then transverse facial vessels, one artery and one vein, transverse facial vessels, and below this is the upper buccal nerve, this one again upper buccal, then parotid duct here, but in between these two is the accessory parotid gland and its duct. Then lower buccal nerve, then marginal mandibular. The apex, cervical branch of facial nerve supplying the platysma, then retromandibular vein. Here it comes out, then divides into posterior division and anterior division. So if I trace this, it will be formed by two veins. This is one vein, this is another vein. This vein is superficial temporal vein, this vein is maxillary vein. This is retromandibular vein. It divides into posterior division which joins with the posterior auricular vein and forms the external jugular vein. External jugular vein which drains into subclavian vein here. Subclavian vein. And this anterior division, this one, it joins with the superficial facial vein to form the deep facial vein. This is anterior division, this is posterior division. This is retromandibular. It is superficial temporal, this is maxillary. Similarly, the artery, when it enters, this artery is the external carotid artery. This divides into supramaxillary artery, comes out through the anteromedial surface, and this is superficial temporal artery. Like this. The superficial temporal artery gives another branch. That branch is this is transverse facial artery, which is the branch of superficial temporal, and maxillary artery also it passes through the anteromedial surface. So anteriorly two artery, one transverse facial artery, branch of superficial temporal artery, and maxillary artery, branch of external carotid artery. This artery passes through the anteromedial surface, and this artery passes through the anterior border or just deep to the anterior border. So all these are different structures, and the facial nerve, when it is inside the gland, facial nerve, it divides into 5 branches. 1, 2, then this 3, then this is 4, and this is 5. So if I draw here the facial nerve, these 5 branches like this. So this is facial nerve, this is temporal, this is zygomatic, this is upper buccal, lower buccal, this is buccal branch, and this is marginal mandibular, and this one is cervical. So all these are inside the parotid gland, and all these are coming out from the parotid gland. This one happening inside the parotid gland, this one, and all these are structures coming out. So superficial to the facial nerve is the superficial part of the gland, and deep to the facial nerve is the deep part of the gland. But both these parts are connected by glandular tissue of the parotid gland called isthmus of the parotid gland. Whenever you remove the parotid gland in partial or partly, you have to remove the superficial part to avoid injury of the facial nerve. So all these are some applied importance of the parotid gland, and this gland, you know, it is covered by the parotid mesenteric fossa outside, which is very much tensed. So whenever any infection or abscess occurs inside the parotid gland, it is very much painful because of the tension inside the parotid gland. So you have to incise the abscess, just giving a horizontal incision. to avoid injury of the facial nerve. So these are all about some important applied questions on the parotid gland. So thank you very much. This is the specimen of parotid gland, and this one also the specimen of parotid gland. I am showing you how to hold the gland in position and different surfaces and borders. You already know the parotid gland means it is parotis or parotos. Par means near, para means near, and otos means ear. So it is near the ear. This is ear. Here also this is ear. So the name of the gland is parotid gland. You can see the external ear here. So this is the external ear of the left side. So left-sided parotid gland, because it is attached here, it is very easy to identify which side this parotid gland belongs to. This is ear. So this is parotid gland. This is the external surface or superficial surface, this side. And on this side, there are two surfaces. One is anteromedial surface. This is posteromedial surface. And in between these two is the medial border or pharyngeal border. And anteriorly, this is anterior border, this one, anterior border, and this is posterior border. This is pharyngeal border or medial border. So once again, I am repeating, this is anterior border, this is posterior border, this is medial border. Anteromedial surface, posteromedial surface, and superficial surface, this one. And this is the base or upper surface, this is apex. So, and this one, it is the anterior border, this is parotid duct, it comes out. So you have to hold the specimen in this way. So this is a parotid gland of left side. This is also a specimen of parotid gland. You can see inverted pyramidal sepet. This is the ear, you can see this one. So this is the superficial surface, this is deep surface.